GG. So now we will quickly go into Trackmania 2 Canyon and check out the match that we see. So let's open for the cast. One match is probably still ongoing. They started at 19:30. The final is about to start at 9 PM. This here is basically, this match now decides who will get into the final. So we go here, and we find this, I assume. Yeah, not sure why it only shows 3 of 18, it makes no sense. And here we are! Oh, they just had a good round that I missed. Alright guys, so following is happening. You see on the left side the live rankings. Who's playing? We have Hjorten, Gravel Guy and Suiram. Ah, is it 3 teams against each other? One of them goes through. So basically... Oof, what the heck? Basically, first of all, every team is taking one driver and lets this one driver start the match. Those 3 drivers drive now 10 rounds on this map. Afterwards, every team will take 2 drivers and then they also drive 10 rounds in a 2v2. I assume that it continues like that. And then we have 3 drivers. So, and how close is this, please? Gravel Guy wins the round with 0.25, also with 25 thousandths of a second in front of Suiram. Gravel Guy playing for, I don't know which team, we check that when this map is over, this is round 6 of 10. And Suiram playing for AD, that is obviously correct, and Hjorten plays for Door. So Suiram, read this name backwards, guys. What do you see? What is Suiram's real name? What do you think? Who's overtaking Gravel Guy? Hans! Yeah. Oh, what an aggressive drift from Gravel Guy, but Suiram has the upper hand in the exit. This jump into the finish is mega important though, but Suiram gets it. It looks like Hjorten will have no chance here in this matchup. But of course the teams can be very tactical. If I'm correct that it follows that the 2v2 will follow up, then Door could have said, we spare our 2 top drivers for the 2v2 to gain points back there. What matters in the end is the overall life ranking. These points are the points that the drivers will get for their teams, and the points will then basically added on to the points that we see in the 2v2 and then later in the 3v3 matches. And whoever has then the most total points after all the submatches wins. So basically we just play 10 rounds in each submatch. And after all the rounds the most points wins and moves on into the final. And you see in Canyon, the level is extremely high. Look how close these rounds are, and that is always like that. Very different lines here. Suiram going for more exit speed. The ending will decide who jumps tighter into the finish, and it will be Gravel Guy. With the Acer tag, it's weird. But this is the name of this team here. More like a fun name, of course, not the real Acer. But we have Cloud. Also here you can see that. In this team is Cloud, which is the Gamers Assembly Canyon winner. Then we have Yogosun, a top player also on the campaign maps. We have Eric, another absolute top player, and we have Gravel Guy. And maybe there is even one more, no. And then we have AD with Suiram. Broccoli is in this team as well. Master Key and Wind. And from Door, and Fat Kid is also an AD. And from Door, I'm not really seeing others. Like, this could also be AD, Lokring, also not sure. So Meep is probably in the team that waits in the final, but we will check out the website after the submatch. First of all, this round. Gravel Guy often having the better start, but Suiram catching up in that section. But Gravel Guy has the slightly better ending usually. With his aggressive line. Overall he gains a little bit. And you see it's always +9, +6, +3, so it's always a 3-point gap that Gravel Guy can gain. But Suiram himself is very consistent in front of Jorten. He had now 9 rounds. And Jorten was always last except once. Once he has beaten someone in 1 round. This is now the last round. So Suiram this time with a great start. You can also see here the records on this map. Suiram has the 6th record, Gravel Guy the 7th record, but actually 800s between those 2 records. So in theory Suiram slightly faster, but Gravel Guy is incredibly consistent, which makes it so difficult for Suiram to beat him here in rounds. But now Suiram has the upper hand and Gravel Guy is also very wide here, so the last round should go to my fellow name, yeah, Vetter, I would say in German. Alright, so now's the time. Gravel Guy wins the first map. And he has 9 points advantage to Suiram. And they write also good time. What was it? Here we see it. 0.68. Yeah, this is actually sick. That is very fast. Alright. We quickly check. We move on into Mozilla Firefox and check out the Smurfen Canyon League. So I have it here. Smurfen.net Canyon League. They have a solo league already announced. Interesting. Also this is the Canyon Team League, ends today on the 8th of December. And what do we see here? We see here who is actually registered. So here you can also see that there is a Dignitas team and an Acer team. So a bit fun names kinda. In the Dignitas team we have the Meep, who is the known to be the best Canyon player. Skugako, Zybs, Artemis, Knight and Bull. Yeah, and Acer is Cloud, Yokoso and Eric Hotdog as well. Helico and Gravel Guy. And then we have AD somewhere. AD Racing. Maddox is an okay boy, by the way. Maddox. Hollist, also very good. Master Key, Suiram and Broccoli. Also they have still some very nice players in here. And then we have Door. And I cannot find them. But now I find him. We suck at names. I just searched for Jorten. There he is. So Jorten, Smithereens, GB, Wind, Sneaky, Lokring, Fat Kid. Actually 7 players, okay. So we had the group stage done. In the group stage, it was in the end Division 1, Playday 4, Dignitas versus 8's Racing. Dignitas has beaten 8's Racing with 120 points, so a very dominant victory. We can also check out the other match days. It started with Acer versus Dignitas, where Acer won. And in Division 2, you see there are 3 teams battling each other, where the winning team moved up into Div 1, while the worst team moves down into Division 3. The first team of Division 3 moves up into Division 2, of course. Yeah, also this is how it works. Who wins Div 1 stays in Div 1, which was Acer in this case. Then Acer has beaten 8's Racing as well. Dignitas has won quite significantly here. We Suck at Names actually dropped by 5 points into Division 3, but no big problem because they will have won here with a huge margin, 761 to 594. The Smurf Rivals went down again, Proud Esports stayed. 8's Racing went up again, Dignitas Acer was this time for Dignitas, so Dignitas now finally beating Acer, and then Dignitas also beating 8's Racing, while Acer was winning here, but in the end, Proud Esports lost here in matchday 4, and that meant, I guess, that the winner here, which was Dignitas, and they won by miles, that they were then secured first, and the team that moves down here, the team that would move up there, but it's the last playday, and the team that stayed in Div 2, they were qualified for this semi-final, which happened here in the playoffs, so which is just now happening. Here you see it, Dignitas is in the grand final secured because they were first, and those 3 are now fighting it off, and we have here submatches 1v1. That is what we just saw. Now follows on the same map a 2v2 with different players, so here you can play out tactics, which players you actually want to let join here. Then comes submatch number 3, SCL Spaghetti Junction, and then also on the 3rd different map, submatch number 4, another 3v3 on Lost Labyrinth. And all those points will get summed up. It is obviously a battle between Acer and 8's Racing, that is quite obvious, and after the first submatch, Acer is leading by 9 points. Acer is also the favorite to go through here and facing off Dignitas in the grand final. Alright, this is how it works, and now we move on and check out how the next submatch is gonna be. Multiple people are now warming up. And yeah, as we have 3 teams against each other, it is of course also important to not, when you make a mistake, to not really drop behind the 3rd team, which most likely won't have a chance now. Yeah, but you don't want to drop behind them, obviously. So, warm-up is over, and we can start again. So if you wonder how do you play this car, no, maybe it comes also in Team 2020 at some point, but I would assume that would still take a while. You try full speed around the corners when it's possible to get around, but of course most of these turns are built as tight that you have to drift. The drift is different than in Stadium. Because here you only tap the brake once to initiate the slide while steering, and then you don't need to brake anymore. Yeah, you only tap the brake once to initiate the slide, and afterwards it's just steering, but not much steering. Actually, it's only the beginning a bit of steering to get into the slide, and then the car kind of slides from its own. So a big part of such a turn is actually than just PFing, because the car is doing it itself, kinda. Or Eric with a mistake in front, and he gets overtaken by at least Broccoli. And that is maximum confusing, to be honest. There are 4 AD players. But We Suck at Names has the WSAN in the back. Okay, so AD Broccoli and Master Key with great points. So here now you see how the point distribution is with 6 players. With 3 players it was always a 3 points gap from first to second and second to third. Now we have a 2 point gap from first to second, a 2 point gap from second to third, and another 2 point gap from third to fourth, and then only 1 point gaps. So the top positions are a little bit more important to reach. So Yokozun has quite a bad start into this submatch, which gives the chance for Broccoli to take advantage. Eric, however... Oh, Eric with another mistake. With a big mistake. Which gives the chance for AD to actually overtake. And it is Master Key also attacking Wind. If Master Key gets here the 1 and 2... Yeah, and it looks good now. And this is a huge round for AD. Wow. Yeah, Eric only 4th. A big point loss actually. For Acer. Also because Yokozun didn't really get into the match yet. Of course 10 rounds is quite a lot. Okay, Wind went pretty far. Actually, he didn't really lose. I'm surprised. I thought that was not a great line, but he had really good exit speed out of the corner. And remains close. You can be sure that Wind and also the other drivers from the We Suck at Names team, they also prepared very, very strong on these tracks. But the level is so huge. The thing is that in Canyon, drivers are driving extremely close to their PBs. Oh, Wind with a great ending! Look at that, they overtook 3 drivers, but then an inside finish from Broccoli secures at least the 2nd place for AD. Overall, Acer wins 1 point on AD, Yokozun only in 5th. You can also see the points overall that the players got for their teams, and Broccoli so far doing very good after 3 rounds. Followed by Eric, who has of course a bit more potential than what he showed so far. Last round was good. But beforehand he had mistakes in the first 2 laps that cost him positions. And yeah, Yokozun only 5 points, Fatcat only 4 points so far. And the record here is by Meep, a .35. Eric, however, has a 41. And Yokozun is actually the 3rd fastest on this track. But so far he didn't show the consistency that the others are showing. And oh, Master Key with a crash. And the consistency that I also talked about. How good these players actually can drive close to their records. Eric struggles a little bit with the ending sometimes. Oh, what is this finish from Eric? And is Broccoli almost sniping it away? But not fully. So a good round for Acer. Fatkid again in last. Because yeah, must have had another bigger mistake. Two people crashed, so Fatkid had a chance to get 4th in that round, for sure. And we see him here also in position 13 with a 101.01. It's very close here between many drivers. Again, not a great round for Yokozun. He seems to become last. Eric. Oh, Broccoli with a touch, only in 4th now. So in the end, they score equal points. The two teams, Acer and AD. The thing is, really, Yokosun is obviously fast on the track, but lacks consistency at the moment. If he finds consistency in a possible final on this track, then it could of course look completely different. Then he has maybe really a good chance to steal others the points, but at the moment his consistency hinders Acer from running away with a big lead. Oh, and that is huge for Acer though. A big mistake from Master Key, and Broccoli also not with the greatest lines right now. Will maybe lose the position to Yokosun. And we know that Wind has great endings as well. Yokosun with another mistake, when it looked so good for a long time. But he still ends up in 4th, which is very bad for AD, as they lose 2 points with both drivers, Broccoli losing 2 points on Eric, Master Key losing 2 points on Yokosun. I cannot say for sure if they switch up the maps between those two matches. You can maybe try to figure out again when this submatch is over. They usually switch it between playdays, but this year is kinda the same playday. So I'm not sure if that will switch. It could be the same 1v1 track. So very close pack in the front here. But Eric seems to be very strong now, found his consistency, found his groove. And for Yokosun, if he could snipe 2nd place here, that would be huge. But at the moment he also gets attacked by Wind, it's very tight. Yokosun has now a great chance actually to become 2nd. And that is a huge round. Yokosun finally getting it and beating both AD drivers, and this is basically 16 points versus 8 points. So that is a huge point gain if you manage to get such a reset in here. What is happening? Nice Yoko, finally, my god, XD, Jesus, haha, XDD, so shit. Okay. Yeah, also AD actually used their top driver, Suiram, already. However, I must say that Broccoli is also doing very well. But I would say that Suiram is maybe a bit more experienced, a bit more, maybe just tiny bit faster. I didn't check their times though, so I cannot say for sure before I say something wrong here. Looks like a great round for Acer again. Because Yokosun is now joining Eric, not on Eric's pace, but close. Very important for Broccoli, however, to beat him here with a 0.7, so already pretty good. Because Broccoli's PB is a 69, and he drove a 0.76, and Eric drove a 0.46, which would have been faster, by far faster than the 3rd Dedimania record. What a good round from Eric. Also he is definitely gaming right now, and this will be then tough, but obviously Meep is up there and has the Dedimania record. You can also see that only 3 Acer drivers practice this map. So they don't have anyone that could take over from Yokosun. Yeah. They decided who is driving which track. And then they deal with that. So everyone only trains the maps that he plays, so he has more time to train really the important stuff. Okoli with another very good round, which will another 0.7 for him. Yokoso now in second even. Eric only in third, but for Acer doesn't matter in which order they are. But yeah, good round from Broccoli, and it is a draw basically. Yeah, with the Suck at Names team falling behind. As we have seen now 9 rounds, we can quickly calculate on the left side. So Master Key scored 1 point less than Yokosun, and Broccoli scored 6 points less than Eric. So they are missing 7 points in total. Also Yokosun managed now to overtake Master Key, yeah, which it is now the third best driver suddenly. Yeah, also they overtook Wind. It's actually surprising, you know? What a comeback from Yokosun after a very sloppy start. But this seems to be an incredibly good round for... Yeah, this is the perfect round for Acer. Ooh. Both AD drivers are last. So it might be that Yokosun only gets 4th though, and that is the case. But still... Another 8, another 9 points to the already 7 points. So it's now a 16 points gap on this map. 14 here. And another 2 here. So it's 16 points disadvantage to already 9 points disadvantage. Which makes 25 points Acer in front of AD. Yeah, okay. Now comes the 3v3 and Hollis is joining for AD. So he apparently practiced this map. And we will also see Cloud now. So Cloud didn't practice the previous map, but he did practice this map. And yeah, on the website, if I can find that out. Ah yeah, we see it here. This will be the grand final, and it's also the map Endless in the 1v1 and 2v2, and then also those two, Spaghetti Junction and Lost Labyrinth. Alright. Ah, okay, so players already played them. Godspeed Nath. Nath is also still there, okay. What kind of flags do we actually have? Just for the track Madel, it would be interesting, even though these drivers are mostly not in here. We have an Australian guy with Hollis. We have, like if I go for the very top players, Eric from Sweden, Cloud from the Netherlands, Broccoli from Austria, Gravel Guy, Poland, Suiram Norwegian. Imagine a country championship in Kenyan nowadays. That would be something. But holy shit. Hollis and Meep. 2 Australian guys. That would be crazy. But why is Hollis' flag so different? Looks like this. Is it... Yeah, it's just a different kind of flag. Naja. Anyway. Sweden looks good. Norway, Yokosun is Norwegian as well, looks also really good. And Australia looks good. Of course, Germany has also players that could do well. And obviously there was always France, but at the moment, when we look now into the server here, no French player. But maybe if we had the typical team with Nod and Quentin, then yeah, we have basically our French team. They always play together. I remember we Germans had in an old Kenyan country championship a battle against France with drivers like Cypher and Skugako. Yeah, Shadow, Skugako. It's also French. So on this map we have the Dedimania record from Cloud. 100 in front of Miebe. And then we see also Skugako afterwards in 3rd place. Then we see also Erik from Sweden. Broccoli, Suiram. And those teams here, Anish, Stun, from the team Proud, which barely missed out on qualifying for this match. Mysticsaur in my chat is also here in 11th. Gravel Guy and Helico are actually behind. That is interesting. Gravel Guy looked very strong on the first map. Here he is driving, but he is only in 12th. Half a second behind what Cloud got. And especially interesting is that Acer has 4 drivers here preparing on this map. So, what are the teams? The teams are Cloud and Gravel Guy for Acer. We see that GB is actually holding on here. Or maybe I should also mention his flag with Austria. Cloud looks extremely dominant here on this track, has a huge lead. For Kenyan standards, this is unheard of to be that far in front. Oh, what a battle here for 2nd place. Suiram actually gets it by 1,000 because he jumped a bit more inside. But this was only a warm-up. Huh. It was only a warm-up, guys. Okay, here we go. After the first round is done, we will see the lineups because then everyone got points. But what are my hotkeys? I have hotkey number 1 on Suiram, hotkey 2 on Gravel Guy, then we have Wind, Erik and Broccoli. Wind got 2 hotkeys. Also a lot of really good players. Yeah, we have 9 drivers here and many of the top Kenyan drivers. So this game is also still alive, the community is still there when these Smurfen Cups are happening. And you see they are really training hard. Like, these are good matches, close to the Dedimania record, consistently in rounds, sick pace, sick consistency. And the matches are often then also close, points-wise. The match that we had in the beginning of 2024 could be an idea for match of the year. Oh, what an ending from Broccoli, and he will snipe. And what is this for AD? We have Broccoli, Suiram beating Erik and Gravel Guy, then GB gets 5th. Hollest also beating Cloud, because Cloud fucked up this round. That was huge for AD. And then Fat Kid and Wind. Alright, so that means these are the drivers. We Suck at Names drives with Wind, Fat Kid and with GB. So GB here, the new driver that we didn't see before. Acer driving with Eric, Gravel Guy and Cloud. Sounds kinda as their best lineup they can possibly have. And then we have AD with Broccoli, Suiram and Holist. Also that is an incredible lineup. So we haven't seen Holist yet, we haven't seen GB yet, we haven't seen Cloud yet. They go 5th to 7th here after this first round. But this here is pretty good for the Acer team, I have to say. But Gravel Guy with a touch. Naja, it is still pretty good for the Acer team, but it could have been better if he didn't touch here. Because he could have been easily in 3rd. What is he doing? He lost it completely. And is 8th now instead. Ay. Alright. The points, by the way, now you have now only 1 point gaps between each position. You see that the winner is getting 9 points in every single submatch. No matter if we have 1v1, where it's a 9-6-3 point system, 2v2 with 9-7-5-3 to 1, and also here in the 3v3, it starts at 9. So the system is very well thought through, and the interesting thing is, in the 1v1 and 2v2, where can you actually create the biggest point gap to your opponents? Is it better to try to choose your best drivers in the 2v2, or is it better to put them into the 1v1? This is a little bit the question. But then it also matters, some players perform better in a 1v1 or some players perform better in a 2v2 scenario. Also matters. Alright, so we have Cloud in the lead, followed by 2 AD drivers, and then comes Gravel Guy. After Wind, of course, and Eric in 6th. The bad thing for AD is that Hollis became last here. So overall, this is still a very good round for Acer. The point differences are not really huge here, unless they create an ace. Yeah, if they do 9-8-7 versus 6-5-4, then obviously they gain quite a lot. That would be like 9 points gained in 1 round. But even that is not so much when you think that AD is 25 points away. It would require a bunch of such rounds to catch up actually these 25 points. A bunch of aces. And whenever it's a little bit mixed, yeah, here is an Acer in front of an AD, there's an AD in front of an Acer. When it's mixed like that, then there are just small point differences between the teams. You can only see that the 3rd team here, We Suck at Names, they really lose positions. They really lose a lot of points just by where they are finishing always. Like often, like one driver sometimes managing like a 3rd place, in this case here Wind. But the other drivers then further behind. And even Wind is losing, of course, points towards Acer. So they have to wait now, because FatKit had an issue, but he joined the server back. It was a very good round for Acer again. They had almost the top 3, but Eric with a bad ending. They were very close to do an ace on this track, to be honest. Broccoli and Suiram are not doing bad, but the pace seems to be in favor for Acer here. And I mean, it is also the favorite to go through here. That is obvious. They have just such great players, and if they can, they have even so many that they can kinda put drivers for, like, change a bit their lineup on every track and still be super competitive. With AD, I have the feeling that Suiram and Broccoli would kinda be forced to drive every map, and the problem for them is then obviously, if they drive every map, they have then less practice per map. So on each track they might miss a little bit compared to when they would only practice this one track. But this here is an interesting round, because we have seen 2 Acer drivers with mistakes, And now it is Wind in the first place. That is interesting. So Wind has a great opportunity here to actually win this round for Visaket names. Denying Broccoli here some viable points. But overall, Gravel Guy in third place, Cloud and Eric in the last two spots. Finalist got fourth, Suiram sixth. Also, this is a good round for AD. They are catching up a little bit. But yeah, Wind took the first place with a 0.0, which is also a great time, because his PB is a 0.0 as well. You see that people are very close together. 0.2, then many 0.1s, many 0.0s. But what happens in front of Wind? Yeah, when the big 6 coming here. Suiram immediately a full 10th in front of Wind. Broccoli another full 10th in front of Suiram. Then we have another 700s to Eric. And even then we have gaps still to the record holders. Also, it's crazy what happens there in the front. Alright, next round. Camera is actually good on Gravel Guy because he's always on a good position, but usually not in very first. Cloud is leading. Oh, another small mistake here from AD here. Also not small actually, it's quite huge. And another mistake. And that is the top 2 for Acer. And then also Wind in third, Fat Kid in fifth. So AD lost it again. Broccoli and Suiram only in 6th and 7th. Cloud finishing with a 0.9. Ah, this map is by Helico, but he is not driving himself. Interesting. He has built this map and is not driving his own map. I mean, he has pretty much the same time than Gravel Guy. What I realize is that Gravel Guy has overtaken you, Mysticsaw. He was behind you when this match started. You must have PB'd. Eric wins stunt competition, okay. I mean, Eric actually didn't do that well. We can have a look at the point standings. Cloud, the best scoring driver, even though he did many mistakes already. Also now he did a mistake. Broccoli and Suiram follow afterwards. Also Gravel Guy, also Wind. It's extremely close in points with all these drivers. So there's not much happening. And Eric is then a bit behind actually with Finalist. Fat Kid 20 points and GB. You looked so good in the warm-up and in the first round. Gravel Guy again, Suiram as well. Suiram decides to do the respawn. Couldn't he just go backwards? Ah no, he wasn't the... they finished like this? They finished like this. That was not a mistake. They finished there. That actually counted. I was confused already why they don't move. Ja gut. Great start for Acer. And we see Suiram and Broccoli a bit behind. Suiram and Broccoli definitely not performing as good on this track. Like when you see that their PBs are 0.8 and 0.9, they definitely struggle on this track to drive close to those PBs. If they were doing that, Wind with a mistake. Wind looked so good in points. He's dropping here with this last place that he gets now. Even though last with the 57.2 is crazy, that everyone overtook him after the small touch is crazy. And Cloud with the sick time, Eric with 0.01 and Gravel Guy, by the way, just did a 0.02 and went from the 12th position up to 7th in the Dedimania records. In front of Wind now. And that is now very good for Acer. Maybe he did that. Could be. Oh, another mistake here. And Gravel Guy not sniping a wind, but another 1 and 3 for Acer and Suiram and Hollist in the last 2 places. The consistency here lacking and the match getting more and more decided. There's of course one more 3v3 happening. We will see one more round now, but I don't know if I actually still need to count the points. We have Broccoli missing 6 points on Cloud, Suiram missing 3 points on Gravel Guy, and Gravel Guy with a bonk. And Hollist is missing a whopping 22 points on Eric. Also, I think I can surely say that Acer will qualify. In every single submatch, they got the most points. And the interesting thing is when we see another Acer versus Dignitas, which was the match also in the first playday, where actually Acer beat Dignitas. The big question is now, who will take the win overall between those two teams? Because kind of the players in those two teams are all coming kind of from the same team. From the Hypeboys. And they created now 2 teams for this competition here. Which makes it much more interesting, because if you would put all the very best drivers into one big team, then there is no competition. But like this, they are kind of fighting each other. And that is definitely cool to see. What is definitely missing is the team with Nod and Quentin, this French team. That was seemingly not here this time. So they are definitely missing. Imagine they would be the 3rd team here instead of the We Suck at Names team. Then it would be very spicy who will take the 1st place, I would think. Because Nod and Quentin have that level. And their 3rd driver, Tolki, I believe, usually, also could keep that pace up with the other drivers. But I guess that there was also a limit in how big the teams can be, like at 6 or 7. So probably it wasn't even possible to create one huge team with everyone. But that would also really be boring. Okay, SCL Lost Labyrinth. The next map. The last map. The last 3v3 submatch. That would be fun if Frost Boiler came up here. I mean, probably no Stadium player even knows about those team names here, Acer versus Dignitas. Probably none of them knows that. Like, we should tell Spam, for example, what is happening here. Or Peck, who was in Dignitas as well. Peck could play for Dignitas in Canyon. So let's check the Dedimania records. Meep has the record with a .89, followed by Cloud, Gravel Guy and Eric. Who seems to be the same lineup here for Acer. And then comes Suiram without the sub, followed by Skugaku, Broccoli, Knight. So when you look at the final, for example, then you see, oh, Cloud, Gravel Guy, Eric, really strong. Then Dignitas quite needs Meep again to overperform and to outperform everyone. And I think that Meep also loves that. I'm pretty sure Meep also wants it like that. He wants to be in the slightly worse team, but then with him performing and winning all the rounds, giving the team the chance to actually take the victory thanks to him. I could think so, that he would like that, no? But maybe it's for him also a bit too boring when he's already in an overpowered team. So Knight and Skugaku also have good locals, but they are obviously behind the Acer drivers. The difference in the final is it's only one team versus the other team. So there are no other drivers, not a third team that places in between you. Yeah, so it's literally just the two teams against each other. Because here sometimes you can of course lose extra points if you fall behind the third team in some rounds with drivers. So we have big crashes. The fight in the front is between Cloud, Eric and Suiram. Suiram with a touch. What a tight ending here. Eric 13,000 ahead of Cloud, and they both drive a .0. Yeah. Now look at the record. .89 is the record. These .0s, yeah, are around Broccoli's 7th Dedimania record, and they drive that in the first round immediately. So what are the lineups? We have again Eric, Cloud and Gravel Guy for Acer. Then we have again Broccoli, Suiram and Hollist for AD. And we have for We Suck at Names now a new driver with Lokring. We also have GB and we have Jorten. Broccoli with a touch. Also, I can also click here on the left. There's Lokring, Lokring with a touch. Suiram is in here. Suiram with a touch. Could be an ace for Acer. That's why they are called like that. Acer acing. And they do. Another .00 and another .07. I mean, with this performance, they can definitely beat Dignitas, I guess. In the final. Suiram denying the second ace in a row so far. But yeah, for AD there was in the end never a chance. Only in the 1v1 submatch they could have maybe beaten Acer, but even there it didn't work out. Just a sick performance by Acer. This is a good round for AD. You have a slight chance for the top 2. Gravel Guy touching. Yeah, Suiram. Nope, no top 2. Actually, Eric takes the first place with a 0.06. Then Cloud actually on Gravel Guy behind Lokring. Lokring getting a 4th place here. In the end, Acer also here scored more points than AD. And on the left side you see that they are all 3 in the top 3 places, even though it's a bit close for Gravel Guy. Oh, crash here from Cloud. Gravel Guy is still in the defense against Broccoli and Suiram. Suiram attacking. The inside line will matter, and I think he got it, yep, by 103 thousandths in front of Gravel Guy. Do you mean only Nadeo campaign maps, or do you mean any map that is uploaded? Naja, the most difficult... Well, the question is, what would you count as AT in Trackmania Turbo? Do you mean beating the pro player time, the Super Trackmaster? Then there are of course a few players that got that. Actually not a very low number. And some of them, I'm pretty sure, we have another ace here, everyone with 0.0 from them. I'm pretty sure that there are players that have all the ATs. Like, it's not so difficult to beat all the Nadeo ATs in the old games. Like Nadeo, like they played with Hyles back in the days. You know, in Team 2020, obviously, you see also that the pro players all have the ATs. No? With champion battles it would be a bit more difficult, but if we just speak of ATs, now that works out. There are also a bunch of players getting the super survival mode and getting that through, getting all the golds in platform mode. Of course, okay, the current platform campaign in Team 2020, there are not that many players that have beaten that yet. But yeah, all ATs in the old games, that is doable. And I'm pretty sure people had that. One of the biggest challenges is getting the gold cups in Trackmania Sunrise, where you basically have a campaign out of 5 tracks, and you have to beat the gold medal on all 5 maps in a row behind each other. Like, you have 1 round on each track after each other, and you have to always beat gold, so you get a gold cup. That was especially interesting with platform maps, because then you have to finish 5 platform maps with 0 respawns in a row. So that was a bit of a challenge. But also that, like, I also got that long ago. Looks good for Gravel Guy to secure the top 3 for Acer here on this scoreboard, on this map. Yo, Haxer, thanks a lot. Respect indeed. Okay, we have 2 more rounds to go. Of course, it's not as exciting at the moment anymore, because this is kinda decided, this match. But we obviously will look forward to the final. The thing for me is that there is a cup starting at 22 o'clock. And I wanted to drive. I don't think the final is finished by then. I will see like who's participating in that cup, and how I do it, and how the final is looking. I think I will definitely keep this game also open even when I go to Team 2020, and then still check how the standings are. Yeah, you can also definitely see in 80 Racing, Suiram and Broccoli are like their 2 best drivers, and then there is a gap in the skill a little bit, down to Hollest, who's missing here 20 points on his teammates, due to consistency mainly. But also, if you look at the Dimena records, I don't know what Hollest PB is, but he seems to be a bit behind. Maybe we can spectate him for 1 round. Battling with Jorten here. Hyper. Thanks a lot for the Prime sub. So, Gravel Guy actually didn't finish yet. But even without finishing, he will actually secure the 3rd place for the Acer team. This car, when a turn is too tight, in order to get full speed around, you stay full speed and then you drift around it, but instead of holding the brake like you do in Stadium, you only have to tap the brake button once while steering to initiate the slide. Afterwards you don't have to brake anymore, you just slide this full speed then, and you don't even need to steer much in that slide. Parts of that slide you don't steer at all, like it's just a few taps. Even for long or sharp corners, it's just a few taps. And you want to let the car slide out itself, out of the corner. Not doing too much taps, not doing too much steering. Alright. That is it with this first match here, with the semi-final basically. Laufhaul is the final, also soon. The planned time to start is 21 o'clock. Would be fine for me if they start earlier, but maybe Acer team wants some break as well. We have time now, however, for the track Mädel. And why not start with Aibo, as he just did a Prime sub, or is he not in the database? Oh, he's not in the database. Unlucky Aibo. Let me go with myself. Oh, we search a driver from BX3. Ha! Ha 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 ha. Okay, moment. We search a driver from BX3. So, BX3 had a stadium lineup back in the days. Also most likely we search an old player. And this player that we search also, you can see, has no current team. There are only older teams. So BX3 was also active in Canyon. Like, I was viewing this tag and was playing Canyon competitions. And I went there with, for example, Klofni. So let's get this in 2 maybe, or it will be a stadium driver, then I will be more in the mud. Ah, too bad it's not Klofni. Wait, Klofni got $5,600 in cash prize? Also he won ESWC in Canyon, but what else did he get? What else did he win where he would get such an amount of prize money? Oh. Okay, who else was in the Canyon team in BX3? Basically, we were a team called NOC in the beginning of Canyon, New Old Generation. And then we basically moved into a BX3 altogether. And it was Klofni, it was Black Cat, it was 2100, Prankstar was in there in the beginning. Ah, but it's only short. I mean, no, we quickly were an Osoniak as well. It might be that we search a stadium player. And if we do search a stadium driver from BX3, then it's gonna be much more difficult to find. Okay, what is an old player? Omnipods. Okay. I mean, you see 35, 33, 35. I have to go a bit younger. Omnipods is not the searched driver here. Travi Flyer, maybe. Travi Flyer. Oh, he doesn't have an age, but he was in BX3. Yeah, I'm also not sure if BX3 got into Planet Key Dynamics, like if that are mainly the same drivers then, but this guy was not in Planet Key Dynamics. Ravi Flyer is wrong. What could it be then? Also, I definitely need to find the country. No? This is always the most important, and it's not French and not German. That means if I find a country, it is much more doable, I would think. Fatale with a rate of 3. Thanks a lot. We search a BX3 esports driver. Alright. An old tech player, but I will have to go a bit younger in the age just to get a better idea like how old is the guy that we search. What is a driver that was back then? I mean, I could. I think I will just try spam. It won't be spam, obviously. Also the cash price actually below 1,200 and over 690. I will only do spam in order to check Netherlands and in order to check Acer, dignitas and so on. Yeah, this is the or dignitas mainly. This is the reason why I check spam now. And also the age, no, I get more information. Okay, it is over 30. Yeah, it's over 30. That is nice to know. Alright. So, not in dignitas. Not an expert. Alright. So, this is an interesting puzzle again. An old player. Long time inactive, most likely. And not from these countries. I would now go with the typical countries that were active back in the days. Also, let's guess one of the Czech players. For example, Czech and Slovakia, also both of that. Yeah. Let's go with Kappa. Now we find he was also in Planet Key Dynamics, for example. But not in BX3. We found keyboard, not a big surprise. I mean, the thing is that we search someone that has not much prize money. This makes it so much more difficult, man. That is so much more difficult. Polish guy? Ah yeah, Zebra. I was thinking about him lately. And that we should try him as well at some point. Such an old name that you can easily forget. But Saber was in Dignitas, so it cannot be him. But we get UK at least. And the player that we search is also an Infused. That's interesting. Yeah, I would also try a Swedish player, but okay, after Frostbuel and Karjan, it is quite difficult to find someone else at that level. I don't think that Frostbuel was ever in BX3. I don't doubt that Karjan was ever in BX3, to be honest. Also, I don't think that any of these was a keyboard driver. So it doesn't really fit, I would think. Doesn't really fit. But let's just do Emland, then we get directly Sweden and Norway. So it's both wrong. Okay. Slovakia. Ah, we find another team. Numelops. Uh-huh. I'm not sure if that helps me. We need to find the country. That is the key. You need to find the country. 8's is not the idea. I don't really think that it's outside of Europe, to be honest. But yeah, let's have a look at the match. How far are they? Not starting right now. I wouldn't know now an old player besides Matt from Brazil, and Matt is surely also not the solution. I could try like a Asian player. Sky was an infused, that's interesting. I could try, also Romania it won't be, so Portuguese. I would think that all these guys like Mavi and so on are too young for what we search. And Moria, who was a top Portuguese player back in the days, might be too old. What I forgot is Haki Jr., but we tried now already some countries. So, how about 8's? Yes! Got it. Lithuania. 8's, 32 years old. I thought like with a cash prize that could work out. Mysterious Monkeys was the other. Entheus, Lioncast, Numlops, Venture, B3, Infused. Could have tried him even a bit earlier. Just lately I saw an old VOD from myself where I played... from Spam, where he played against me and Bits in a 1v1v1 match. Like very long ago, like a Giant Cup in Team NF though. Duck SP as well. Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, but I was already through all the countries. Like it had to be something like that. It had to be something like a smaller country, and it couldn't be Romania with Royale because Royale was an Acer and Acer didn't pop up. Here's by the way the ranking. Was in the end over 100 points. And then I thought, yeah, okay, Estonia has Xander, of course, but Xander also couldn't be the solution. And then I went through the Baltics down, and then the only... Yeah, okay, Auris is a new player there, that is also interesting, but yeah, from the old players I of course immediately thought of Bits, and that was also fitting. Like an old player that didn't win too much prize money in comparison. And that could have been in teams like BX3, like in good tech teams. Was fitting. After we were through the big countries already. I tried some countries where I also couldn't really think of a driver and still put them in. I almost would have done that also with Portugal, but what kind of player could there be in Portugal that fits from the age? Wait, I want to check one thing. Leaderboard. The first player to solve it needed 3 tries and 26 seconds. Interesting. Then in 5 tries, Geek, Shamsi, 1 minute something. I have the feeling some people here really know live that. They must have learned a lot of stuff to figure out the players quickly. I mean, this was doable actually. If I had known like all the BX3 players, then it would be very easy because I hit BX3 so early. But of course I wanted to just knock out many players quickly, also knocking out big countries quickly. If Klovny was the solution, it would have been so good for me. Yeah, like when I start with myself and I hit something in green and then I get Klofni, like others will struggle to get Klofni. No, I would be very fast. But sadly the leaderboard still is a bit weird, like it still shows who solved it the quickest after 8 PM, but I'm not playing Trackmadel at 8 PM. 8 PM is exactly the start of competitions. So, yeah. So, shortly AFK. Okay, I'm back. So what did I miss now in the chat? Are they starting with the 2v2? Yeah, solo competition will happen in Canyon in early 2025. That is of course also interesting to see with all those good players. Yeah, but I don't really see many French players on the server, to be honest. Yeah, of course. Skugako, not Quentin. If not Quentin, are then back. Yeah, then yeah. But it's... I mean, look at this. Okay, it's live, 1v1. Then look at it later. We have the Norwegian Yokozun versus the American Bull. Like, America could be difficult, maybe, to get a full lineup. Anxiety is not active anymore, I guess. I think they had 3 drivers though back in the days active. But I saw Norway and Sweden and like even Meepest with Hollist, another Aussie. Then Austria would also make a team. Germany surely would also get it. But yeah, let's focus on this final. This is now the 1v1 and Bull is very far jumping into the finish. He could have gotten sniped here, so it was only 500s in the ending then. A point 15 versus a point 20. So we have Bull versus Yokozun. It's just 1v1. It just matters that you beat your opponent. If one opponent, like if Bull now, would win all the 10 rounds in a row, he would gain 30 points in total over the other team after this 1v1. But we know Yokozun struggling a little bit with consistency, but on the other hand, Yokozun is... Every single hotkey is on Yokozun, amazing. But I can click here on the left. I have to remind myself that it's that easy. Yeah, Yokozun a bit inconsistent in the previous match, but he is fast and he can surely, if he gets some runs through, he should also win those. He definitely should win this one, where Bull already made a mistake and Yokozun anyway had a better start. 8/10 of a lead, you can in theory reach the safest now. And then we have a draw after 2 rounds. Now that we are only 2 teams, now the winner will always have 6 points. In the 1v1 it is 6 and 3. In the 3v3s it's obviously 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in the 2v2 I would assume it is 6, 4, 2, 1, I would assume, the points. So also here again the question, where do you put your better driver? I would think that both teams, especially Acer, decided to keep their best players for the 2v2. Yeah, with Gravel Guy and Eric. And then they will face off Meep. So also Dignitas said, no, Meep is not driving here in the 1v1. We want to keep him for the 2v2. Oh my god, Yokozun with a crash. And that gives Bull a win that he shouldn't have had. But I think that Dignitas will need those wins because Acer overall, then also with the other tracks where Cloud is then driving, they will be very strong. Yeah, maybe the Country Cup should only be 2 drivers then, also 2v2. So Yokosun in the lead. But Bull is close, 400s away. Seemed like Bull pressed this brake button a bit longer when he went into this corner. Yokosun with a bit more exit speed, good brake tap this time to get around. It's now a full 10th of a lead. Didn't hit the apex, Bull did, so Bull closer, but he didn't hit this apex, so Yokosun back in the lead. Some early release from Bull. Yokosun trying to break trick so often and he doesn't get around and gifts another round to Bull. And this is very great for Dignitas. Bull is actually getting points. So now the question could have been, of course, for Dignitas, when they put Meep into this match, they had also the chance to maybe clean sweep this and win 30 points over Acer, but then they wouldn't have Meep in the 2v2s. And if they get clean sweeped there, then I believe you will lose much more. You can lose 60 points in the 2v2. So this is maybe also the reason why they keep their very best drivers for the 2v2. And especially Meep having in this match, it would be such a waste, because Bull is also winning rounds. So you don't even need Meep, no? The ideal fact is if you win as close as possible. This is what you want. And at the moment Bull is doing that. Just by consistency, he is beating Yokosun, who has small mistakes in many rounds, even though we know that he has good pace. But now Bull actually also gifts it. Okay, it's a back and forth. Both drivers make mistakes. Not the greatest level yet in the final, but we will definitely see incredible level in the 2v2 match. At the moment, these times often not even a sub, it's often a 101 winning time. And that is of course quite far behind. Wouldn't even be like with a 0.05 or something, 101.05, it would be not even a top 15 of Dedimania. So not that fast, so far. And we know that Yokosun has a 0.5 PB, so he is quite far behind this PB. And Bull also has a 0.5 PB, so in theory, they are also both quite good. I mean, from the, here you could say that Acer is actually using one of their best drivers on this track. But we saw in the semi-final that the consistency of Yokosun wasn't the greatest. The gravel guy seemed much more competitive in the end. So this is a close round. Side by side into the last corners. And so far also a very clean round. Bull is extremely inside, but he survives it and he has also same exit speed, so he is in the lead. He gets a good line here, jumping to the inside of the finish, will secure another point. 400s in front, and he drove. This is like perfect for Dignitas. Bull is driving now the 0.8 exactly in that round when he needed it. Like, I think Yokosun would have won every single round so far with a 0.90, but he drives it exactly now where he will not win with it. So this is also a bit unfortunate. It can happen that you drive the times in the wrong moment. And Yokosun is now 6 points behind Bull. On to the another rounds. Yokosun with a better start. Bull with much more exit speed here. So it's getting closer again. Now into the hairpin. Bull has a better line for this exit. Yokosun kept a bit more speed though, due to his wider line. Here Bull missing the apex a little bit. Yokosun going into the lead. Now Yokosun going wide here though. With that it's again very tight. Bull taking this turn always a little bit tighter. Now they are equal. The ending looked better for Bull so far. Also here slight advantage. He has a better angle for the finish. It's super close and again 5,000. 5,000. The level is rising here. And now we have a sick 1v1. And it is always Bull winning those close battles. Which is of course really unfortunate now for Yokosun. He's losing them all by just a hair. Yokosun is also doing consistent now. Like, he didn't do mistakes. But it's always just a hair that is missing. Like, it definitely could have gone much different as well for him. But now he faces a 9-point deficit to Bull. What a close round. The start usually belongs to Yokosun. He's often in the lead, but as he was losing such leads often already, he of course feels an extra pressure, and seems like that Bull also just has a better feeling in the middle section. This round here is kind of a copy-paste so far from previous round, where Yokosun starts great, Bull coming back, but yeah, now however Yokosun has a stronger lead. And he has to finally get a point with his pace, so hopefully no crash in the double hairpin, because this should be his victory. Yeah, that looks good for Yokosun. He will take this round, and this is then a point 80 as well. Alright. This was round 8. We see 2 more rounds now, so in theory it would still be possible to even it out. Could be a draw if Yokosun wins both last rounds, then they will both have 45 points. He has the better pace. He couldn't really use it for a long time. Bull was really taking the maximum of points that he could get. Bull is slightly slower, I would think, but he got the maximum out of it. Apart from one round where he made a mistake. A point 87 for Yokosun. Also Yokosun is now very consistent, and he's driving the sub now consistent. Both drivers had a slow start into this 1v1. That is also a bit normal, that you need a little bit to get into such a grand final. But now he is very consistent. And he shows that Bull needs to drive a sub if he wants to beat him. Oh! And that was leading to a mistake. And this is a free win for Yokosun. The teammates will surely tell him as well. And then we will see a tie after the first submatch, so it remains extremely close here. Of course, Yokosun has to bring this home first. Bull, even though this looked like a harsh crash, is only 6700s away. It's not that much, but it is way too much to catch up on this level of Canyon. You see, they are basically equal in all the CPs. Nothing is happening there. The differences are always just very, very few hundreds. Yokosun just drove this home. Another 0.8. Bull was actually catching a little bit, these few hundreds. But his start crash, of course, denied him the chance. And both drivers end up with 45 points. So both teams have 45 points. Very easy to remember and to calculate. The 1v1 basically didn't matter at all. Very good performance from Yokosun. After struggling with consistency in the semifinals and some slight mistakes and bad lines in the first rounds of the 1v1, where he gifted where he gifted Bull a few rounds. For example, with crashing the exit of the double hairpin, he gifted 2 rounds away. He really got so much more consistent towards the end. He was so unlucky also with losing so many rounds, but he kept his head cool and continued to improve his times, always more and more by a little bit, and that made him win multiple rounds in a row then towards the end, where he was then really the better driver then. And for Bull it was lucky to win so many close rounds, because this could have been also a big advantage for the Acer team if these close wins wouldn't have happened. Alright, the 2v2 is about to start. Both teams get a little bit of warm-up. We obviously will see now Meep and Skugako versus Eric and Gravel Guy. So how will Meep perform? His performance in this match will also play a role for a possible nomination in Classic Player of the Year in the Trackmania Awards. If he does extremely well in this Grand Final, then I think he will get that nomination. It's a bit difficult. Usually it's a no-brainer with Meep, but he has not won the Gamers Assembly Canyon. He, however, was the best player there. He reached Finalist mode the earliest, but he couldn't close it out and didn't win. So it's always then a bit, no, like the one big competition that there is in Canyon, he actually didn't win. So it's a bit difficult. You would think you would also need to put the first place of this Gamers Assembly Cloud into the nominations, but yeah, either both or none. But we will see how we do that. So it will be also very interesting to see the times that they will be driving now. What kind of times will Meep get? 0.5 consistent, 0.6, 0.5 consistent, 0.4 even, which only he and Eric got so far. Wait, Meep didn't win this warm-up? Wasn't he far in front? Naja. It is starting. The 2v2. Let's go. And amazing horns right there. Meep is starting to drive and we have horns. Skugako, slightly wide there, still in the round though. This is how close Canyon is at highest level. Oh, actually, good start for Acer. Meep actually only in third, behind both of them. Needs to find a bit of time in the ending. He is risking, but both drivers, Gravel Guy and Eric, got it really well. The double hairpin, however, is quite an important corner. Meep attacking Gravel Guy on the inside, super aggressive line into this corner. Has a bit less exit speed than Gravel Guy. It looks to be an ace. 6-4-3-1 is the points, by the way. And it is an ace, and they win 6 points in one round, Eric and Gravel Guy. The times 0.6, 0.6, 0.7. Skugako is last place with a 0.88. Ja, also Yokozone 12.8 towards the end, consistent. No, but this also would have been behind the top 3 here in this round. This is how the pace is. Gravel Guy with a mistake. Let's go on to Skugako here. Can they also ace back and draw it up again? Meep has a big lead. In theory, he can kinda save it by now. Skugako gets overtaken by Eric in this right turn. Attacking here on the inside. Good line for Skugako. Meep is also very far, has low exit speed, but he will stay first. Skugako is getting second, and there is the other ace. acing it back, ace against Acer, and it is drawn up again. With the point system 6-4-3-1, you can of course say that the battle for the second place doesn't have such a big influence. It is important to have the winner, because that's a 2-point advantage if you win. And if you have a battle between the two teams for the first place, yeah, then either you win or you lose 2 points there, so it's quite important. But it's also very important to not be last, because the last place loses already 2 points to the third place. It's an interesting point system, because it favors both first, but also favors to not get last. The position in second and third is not that important. Also first and third versus second and fourth is, for example, pretty OP already. Gets you quite some good points, and that might happen here. Oh no, Meep is catching up. It's so close. It could still be it is a kind of a draw. It is a draw. Eric beating Meep, but Skugaku beating Gravel Guy. Super close round. Eric winning 2 points on Meep, but Skugaku winning 2 points on Gravel Guy. We stay in a draw. It was completely open. It kind of decided like how tight you jump into that finish. For a moment I thought that Meep will take it. Okay, we have an early crash from Gravel Guy, who is also the worst scoring player so far. Yeah, regarding the Daddy-Mania records, it is understandable. Of course the level is just very high. Eric has an amazing start. Skugaku is equaling Meep here. Meep going very far, has to make sure to survive this corner. Meep is out of this round for first place, I would say. Skugaku can try to challenge Eric here. Otherwise it looks like another draw. And that will be another draw. I think Eric will just take this with a point 71. Also we stay in a draw. Eric is really performing well. He had 1 third place and 3 first places. Beating Meep here by 5 points. Next round. Meep with the best start, Skugaku however last. Currently another draw position, but so close together that nothing is decided here. The most important corners are still up to come later in the track. Skugaku with an amazing corner, equaling Meep now, but the 2 Acer players also next to it. Everyone is in between each other here. Oh, Skugaku was not hitting this corner, and this is basically a difference here. Now he's out of this fight. So advantage for Acer. Gravel Guy in third. Meep versus Eric. Meep attacking again on the inside. Where is Eric? Eric with a different exit. It's again close, but Meep will take it by 100. And Skugaku was only 100 behind Gravel Guy in the end. But it is another draw. We stay in a draw. Point 64 for Meep versus point 65 for Eric. Meep winning 2 points on Eric in the solo standings here. And we have Skugaku with an early time loss. And now an even bigger one, but even just with the first one, at that level, he wouldn't catch that up normally. But what was this by Gravel Guy? He survived it. And he's first, and it's an ace. Meep with a mistake as well. This is an ace scenario. This is very good for Acer. Finally they can get a lead here. Alright, that was an easy win now. However, Gravel Guy was quite lucky to survive this. His back wheels went off the track, but it worked out. And of course, if he would have full died there, it could have been another draw with Gravel Guy in last. But as he got into the top 2 with his teammate, they have now a good lead again of 6 points. We go into the next round. The legendary battle, Acer versus Dignitas. Another good round, again no crashes here, everyone's still in the race. Skugako looks a bit too far behind, but we realized he had a good ending in that other round where he almost sniped Gravel Guy, so it's not fully over. Meep seems to win this round if he gets around the last turn. He does 5 break tricks to survive the corner, and he does so with a 0.61, he's winning. Skugako gets dead last with a 0.8. Very good round again, another draw. I hate these horns. Okay, Meep in the lead after the first drift. The Acer drivers here with the more inside exit, catching up again. Skugako going very wide. Has to wait with this drift. It's fine, he's still there. He has good exit speed. Meep and Gravel Guy in the lead. Skugako, slowly but surely, he's missing the pace a little bit, but this was a good exit. That brought him closer to Gravel Guy. He's pretty much almost equal with him, but there he lost some time at the exit. Meep looks to win this round. Yeah, he will do so. Now Skugako, can he snipe? No, he cannot, unless... No, he did snipe! Gravel Guy actually lost it with his wall touch. So this is a 4-point advantage for Dignitas. They are catching up again. And we have a 0.48 from Meep. 0.4. He is faster than the 3rd Deadymania record. It actually happened. 0.4 for Meep. Oh, Gravel Guy again. How does he survive this? He's still fully in the race. Like, Skugako is even still behind him. And Skugako crashing away. How does Gravel Guy survive these wheel clips there? He didn't even lose anything. Still next to his teammate, but Meep is about to win another round. If he doesn't make a mistake, he will take this, and then we have a draw in this round. And only 2 points of a gap between the two teams. Yeah, 0.50 now. Meep is getting hot. And yeah, Meep is now also overtaking Eric in the point standings. Oh, but now Meep with a bad start. So can he catch that up? Like, with the pace that he drove in the last rounds, he would still be able to drive a 0.6. With a 0.6 he can even still win this round. How far can Meep get up? Like, he needs to overtake at least one Acer guy. Another ace would hurt. He's overtaking his teammate. That does not help that much so far. He's coming a bit closer to Gravel Guy. Gravel Guy has such a great exit here again though. Gravel guy catching up to Eric. Meep is catching a bit closer, but is that enough to avoid the ace? His endings were not his strong part. He caught up a lot, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Eric takes the round with a 0.7. Meep now only with a 0.8 after that start. This ace actually makes a difference here. We have Eric winning the map points-wise, 2 points in front of Meep, and Gravel Guy beating Skugaku by 6 points, so we have now an 8 points advantage for Team Acer. The difference here was that Acer managed to get aces. That was basically the big difference here. I think Acer had 3 aces and Dignitas had 1 ace. Also I think 2 aces more for Acer. And such an ace always gave basically 6 points. So 2 more of them is 12 points. And a few other rounds, many rounds were ending in a draw. And then there was this one round where Dignitas got first and third versus second and fourth, which granted them 4 points to go from 12 points disadvantage to 8 points disadvantage. Now I remember, Smiley Riley, you are anxiety, right? Aren't you anxiety? I just remember that you were called like that in Discord. So the admin is also writing down the current scoring, 119 versus 111, but we also counted 8 points is the difference. So while they are then doing the warm-up, I will already boot up Turkmania 2020. I closed it earlier actually, because it was lagging a bit during Cup of the Day. No. So this is the club. Wait, did I not join it? Okay. Well, they are doing now the 2 warm-ups and then come 10 live rounds. Will we see a small kind of decision already about how this grand final will end? will Acer run away with it? We know that Acer is extremely strong on this track. But when we look at the Dedimania records, we see of course also Meep and Skugaku with top times. What we don't really know is who is the third driver. Well, we know that it's Knight, but we don't really know his pace yet. He must have hunted and trained offline. Eric did just a PB. He just overtook Skugaku in the rankings here. Ay. Alright, here we go. The first of the two 3v3s is starting. We have the top lineups for Acer definitely with Gravel Guy, Eric and Cloud. And for Team Dignitas we got Meep, Skugaku and Knight. Knight we see now for the first time on this evening. Amazing exit speed for Meep here, gets also a nice two-wheeler. Goes from 4th into 1st in this turn. We have Gravel Guy with an early crash, the other 5 drivers are close together. Skugaku currently in 5th. Oh, he will fall down to 6th though. And we have Meep and Knight fighting for the top, but Cloud is coming. Ooh, Cloud is taking the first place. And this is a 1-4-5. This is the standard 3v3 with a standard point system, so you know this is an 11-10 round. It doesn't get a point for 11-10. It is simply just they win 1 point. But it's not like no, you won this round. It's just 1 point. This advantage now for Team Acer, so they are overall now 9 points in front. There was more possible for Dignitas though. It looked very good, but Cloud was sniping the end. Everyone with point zeros. We saw that Team Acer was finishing point zeros very consistently in the previous match, and so did they again, some of their drivers. Knight with an amazing start here, a German driver actually, for Team Germany. Uiuiui. Meep and Knight are doing really well. Let's have a look at Skugaku. Is he far away? He is far away. It is again Cloud battling against the other two, and Cloud winning it again, and Knight falling down to 5th, which is huge. He did a mistake in the last round, in the last turn, and Gravel Guy and Eric both overtook him with that. This is already a very, very big round for Team Acer here. Especially Cloud is doing a phenomenal job here against Meep, holding on very close battles. Let's go into the next round and spectate Gravel Guy. Great start for Dignitas here. They show some pace. Sadly, Knight was not able to bring it home in the previous round. Also it is again Cloud fighting. But if Skugaku manages to get the 4th place, oh, never mind. It always looks so good for Dignitas, but there's always something happening. And again, we have the 1v1 in front. Cloud, however, also with a mistake. Also Gravigai with a mistake. And that means that Meep wins and Skugaku gets 3rd. Beating Eric by 100. But too bad for Team Dignitas that Knight made a mistake. Because if Knight was still there, he would have been 2nd most likely. And that could have been a huge round for Team Dignitas to catch up in the points. Because obviously they miss already 8 points from the 2nd submatch. And they were already losing here in the first round some additional points. And this would have been the chance to catch up, but now they only got an 11-10 round, so only gained 1 single point over Acer. So we have Eric. We don't have Eric basically, because he's pretty far behind. But there I also see mistakes, and also by Meep it seems like. That is not a good sign. We have now Knight fighting for the 1st place, but at the moment it looks to be a 10-11. Let's have a look at Gravigai, if he can overtake Knight. Oh, Cloud with the auto slide. Is that a snipe or not? It is not a snipe. Cloud will still take the 1st place with a 0.9 even. And this is an 11-10 for Team Acer, so they gain that point back again that they lost last round. Cloud is incredible. 3 first places, 1 second place so far. Meep is doing well. Had a mistake of course last round and lost some of those close fights against Cloud. Missing 4 points on Cloud here. Oh, we saw multiple big crashes, but that's I think 1 for each team. So we have Cloud that is however still there. But more of a problem is than Skugaku, who's far behind. Cloud most likely will not be able to catch it up from his own. He needs some auto slides or mistakes from the other players, and there comes the mistake from Knight, and that is again bad, like always towards the end of the track. But Cloud actually caught up a lot, even to Meep, and Meep is touching as well, and this is the ace. And again, a round that looked so good for Team Dignitas, and it ended so bad. Cloud with a crazy comeback. And Meep with a mistake in a round where it shouldn't have happened. Because it did cost him all the 3 positions. To the opposite team. Okay, this is another chance for Team Dignitas. We have Cloud with a touch and Gravigai also with a touch. It would be the round to ace back. They have to beat Eric, all 3 of them. Now we know of course that in the previous rounds the ending was not in their favor. They make mistakes there. They also struggle with the very last turn before the finish. But this is the chance. Like, you have to get this ace back, otherwise Acer runs away. And Knight will make a mistake, so he is falling down. But at least it's the top 2. But again, Knight is losing 2 places. So instead of 3 points, he gets only 1. And Cloud and Gravigai both gained 1 point. So that's a 4-point difference to make this mistake in this situation. Knight is looking really fast on this track, but he does a mistake in the ending almost every single round. And it's always losing positions against Acer. And that hurts, because there is so much more possible. But Acer looked already the semi-final just extremely consistent on this track. And they show that again. Like, it's not their perfect match, but they show that with this consistency, with those times, they in the end just gain points. 2 players with big crashes. And of course, it is Skugaku who is further behind, and Knight, and Eric will pass. And we have Cloud with a 0.7 in front. Also Cloud is gaming on this track, you have to say that. Okay, Meep is actually only 3 points behind. I am a little bit surprised. Yeah, it's mainly due to the previous round where Cloud and Gravel Guy were further behind. The thing is, of course, Meep has to practice all the 3 maps. No? Cloud focused now only on 2, which is a small advantage, obviously. On this map, for example, the first map, Eric was on the pace with Meep and has beaten him in points slightly in the end. But on this map, Meep is quite far in front of Eric. Okay, everyone went wide, just Knight got a good line. Meep lost 2 places against Cloud and Gravel Guy. Knight has such a good lead, he really has to get this first place now. And we have Eric in 5th, and Meep with a mistake, actually. That is huge. Now Knight winning, but still 2 Dignitas players on the bottom 2 places. And Knight finishing with a 0.9, Cloud getting 2nd, Meep only in last. Looks bad with the nomination now for the TM Awards. It's of course difficult. Needs to risk a lot here if he wants to carry his team through. Now Knight was there, but mistakes still happened. Skugaku also way too often with mistakes. We see it in the scoreboard. Skugaku with 17 points is pretty far behind the worst Acer player. And that makes the difference in the end. Let's have a look at Skugaku. He is fast, of course. But too many mistakes. Here he went wide. And now we have Knight again in last. Okay, both of them have a chance to overtake Gravel Guy, but still, it's maximum a close score in this round, like an 11-10. But it looks like Cloud will take another victory in front, and Skugaku with another crash. And Meep just barely keeps that 2nd place. No, same time with Eric actually. The question is who gets the points, and actually Eric seems to get the points. Oh no. Cloud finishing with a 0.6. Eric and Meep both with a 0.8. Imagine you get 3rd with a 0.8. Cloud finishing a 0.6. The Daddy-Mania record is a 0.62, guys. He did that Daddy-Mania record, by the way. I didn't even realize. He improved the Daddy-Mania record to a 0.624. That is crazy in rounds, but that shows like how close these drivers can drive to their PBs in rounds, and you can even beat them. It's possible in Canyon. Is this the last round on the map? Yeah, it is. And it looks kinda decided. Cloud is leading with 9 points over Meep. Eric is leading with another 6 points over Knight, and another 12 points between Skugaku and Gravel Guy. It seems like Acer is taking this victory here. We have the last round and Cloud again fighting for first, but Knight is actually taking it with a 0.7, but that's a very good time. Now it looks so good here for Dignitas in the Daddy-Mania records, but yeah, it is an 11-10 rounds for them, but it's again just 1 point. Cloud with a very good performance. GG. Looks to be set in stone now, to be honest. They lost 26 points here. 26 points lost for Team Dignitas after they already lost 8 points, so it's quite a big distance. I will now join the tournament here. That? Too many players? Are you kidding me? 17? It says tourney there. Here's also a room. How is this too many players? I'm not join us back. Are they doing something else? Let's quickly check their announcements in their Discord. 8's tourney lobby room is open. Starts 50 minutes. 88888. 8's tourney. Just beach shine. Ah, okay. Oh, the Haken guy! I didn't see you today. Banati's fault. Yeah, do you know what you missed, Haken? We played map 24 in the grand final of Division 2. And you didn't watch? I guess that this is a waiting map still. Ach. Okay, so what is this about? Well, we have to play good. Basically, that's what you have to do here. We have 5 maps, I think. Short warm-up, we quickly learn them, the multiple rounds on each track, and at some point we get a finalist. When we have enough points. That is it. It's hosted by the Royale community a little bit. When we have the map change, when we are through the first map, I'm gonna check in Canyon again how the standings are. But I assume that the final is decided. I think that Dignitas cannot come back from that. Team Acer just has overall a too strong lineup, I would say. Especially if Meep is not able to win every round. Like if Meep was winning every single round, it would look different. But even he is not able to do that. Okay, I like to see Desert card, to be honest. Wait, what's this? Oh god. Wait, it starts. Yeah, okay, good luck, have fun. That goes a bit quick. I'm not even sure with which gamepad I want to play, but it ends to be on my Stadium gamepad actually. Even though we have United car, but with Desert it's a bit more open what I use. What the heck? Also I went always for the safe way here. Clover, Hagen, okay. Yeah, also I can also not fully decide what I want to do. I switch now to my smooth steer gamepad. Ah! I beat him with a risky finish. It is difficult though. Because you can, if you fuck up, you lose a lot of points. I'd rather go safe again. Yeah, I will have a look. When this map changes, I will have a small look how it's what the standings are. I think that Clover made a mistake. Means that I will save it now. Yupika is playing as well, okay. I can see him at first. Oh, this is not enough. Okay. Damn. I thought that 1 second is enough, but 3 slow-mos are quite hard. Okay, 3 rounds per map, by the way. Yeah, wanted to check. The standings is the first round here, and it's another 11-10. Oh, we are back. Yeah, but the cup is not as big as it was when I played this the first 2 editions. Like when Zombot was here, when Hayom was here as well. Like somehow the cup is not as big anymore. But at least we got Clover and Yubikai this time. And that makes it already exciting enough. Ah, okay. Oh, but that sign might be fully in the way. Yeah, this is obvious. Like, huh? That is so obvious to happen. What the fuck? How do I do this then? Okay, I'm already not a fan of this track. Because these things can happen to my car. Naja. The bunny hops out of the water. I'm not surprised. With this entry especially, I'm not surprised. And this sign here is also in the way. What the heck happened here? That was such a huge slowdown. Wow, I got first in the ending, somehow. Ah, where am I? Also I had big gear issues. There's the track. Hello? Track? Oh. I had big gear issues. Some parts. Naja, let's go. Ooh, that was almost too low. I kept the gear here, that's important. It gave me a position. Yeah. Quite easily. What the fuck? What was that? Let's see what kind of comeback I can manage to do. No, I'm staying in 8's, that's bad. Wait, Clubber also fucked up. Hey, that was so weird. Like, I did a small left steer because I wanted to be closer to that sign, and the car literally steered so much, and then exactly in the moment afterwards I had no control over the car anymore because I got the airtime, and then because I have wet wheels in airtime, it continued to angle more in this jump. That was so dumb. There was a good chance to get a lead over Clover. Okay, what? Nah. Of course, wasn't it 3TM with its this track of the day here on the 1st of the month? That was the map author actually. Okay. So very similar track now. Maybe with a similar cut, Hagen can find out. Let's go. To be honest, this map feels a bit more difficult. Oh, everyone finishing right in front. Last few rounds are going a bit bad at the moment. That was also not good. Somehow the map is a bit weirder than the track of the day. The elevation changes mainly. Okay, now at least. Yeah, it's full second improvement, eh? Okay, we quickly check. And we have... Actually, they do good on this track, to be honest. This is almost over though. Meep is equal with Eric. Knight is winning a few points on Cloud, like 5. And also Skugako is winning 8 points on Gravel Guy. So it's 13 points that they got. But obviously they would need way more. So, good. Today's map doesn't have a cut now. So pretty good what I did, but yeah, not enough. Okay, do I get actually another alt card? That's actually crazy. Seems like rally now. Question is... is there a cut here on this map? On this track? Okay, this is not a standard rally map. I don't have that many advantages, to be honest. Ooh! Wow! What? How is this so good? How did that work so well? Holy shit. Na toll. Now it of course didn't work. Also there are things again that do not work on this track though. Not well, like my car is glued to the wall and gets big slowdown, I don't know. But here I didn't see that I had to jump out early. That cost a lot of time. Okay, also I have to get points. Let's go. It doesn't work anymore. No. Oh my god. What the heck is this? Oh, it was so perfect in the warm-up. It was so perfect. Now I don't even know what's the idea there. Because it doesn't work anymore what I did in the warm-up. Neo, no problem. Yeah, now I don't know what to do on this track, to be honest. What a weird map. Like here in the start, you cannot really do anything to get much of a lead. Then it's only plastic and ice stuff. Which is of course weird. Yeah, I have no idea. It worked so well. Yeah, what are they doing? Why is everyone getting this section? I don't get it. Like, you cannot drive this. Hagen, tell me. I really want to know what the heck is even the idea here. I mean, maybe I have to just do the ice slide to the inside. The thing is that I got, if that's just the thing that you have to do, I got completely debated by what worked in the warm-up. The warm-up looked so incredibly clean there that it looked like it is the solution, so I'm obviously going for that. Yeah, and then it looks now as if this was the completely wrong approach. Yeah, the warm-up I also had no speed, and then it worked, kinda. Because the car got glued to the wall. And that was also in the first round, but I still didn't make it. Yeah, so this cup is really going bad at the moment. Also especially when you believe there is a desert and a rally map. I should be leading by quite a lot in theory, instead I'm only third. And my last good round is long ago. Actually, this is a Hagen competition. Good point so far, and now actually getting an ice map. That is crazy. But I didn't get... no. Okay, I didn't get around anywhere. I've not seen anything of the track. Okay. Gonna be fun in the first round. But this is plastic there. Okay. I had no idea that this bug is coming, but I got it. Yeah, but it's inevitable that Clover's getting first finalist here. And we will have to deny him. Hey, dude. Just not getting points. I would have won the round, by the way. The annoying thing is that I often end up in 5th, where you don't really get good points. Like, look at that, 7th and 8th get both 7 points. Like, don't really win to them, but I lose a lot to the front. Yeah, the gears were weird. Which name do you mean? Oh god, that's... Wow, this backside exit. What was that time loss? Well, let's keep that. Ai. Map name, Gletscherrutsche. Ah, a glacier slide. Like, you know, the slides in a water park? No? Holy moly! This looks not good. Like, Clover shouldn't be leading by that much. We will have to deny a lot. This is now the last map to learn. Ah no, this is the waiting map. This is bad that this comes up now. I wonder if this goes to 0 points now. We do it like that. That would be a bit weird if it's now back to 0 points for everyone because we make a vote like that. But yeah, we are back on desert. Points are still there. Also, now it could be good to deny Clover the win in the first round, because if he wins now, he will be finalist. So we have a warm-up, which is huge, because I can try the risky ways. And I mean, I have to go for them because I have to deny Clover. What is the author time? Neko played it? Ah, okay. Okay. Here the points were not that important. Like I didn't want to full risk this. It was just important that I get decent points. Clover is now finalist, now it matters to deny him the win. I wouldn't be able to get finalist anyway, that's the thing. Even if I won the last round. So safety ending heavily. Clover made a crash in the beginning. I had also a very fast start, so... I was on a good time. He wouldn't have beaten me, I'm pretty sure. We move into the next track, which is this weird water track, which is not that great. But this map will decide now about the win. Like, first of all, I need to become finalist after the first round, but most likely it's me who has to deny. I mean, I hope for some help from Hagen. On this map, I'm really not sure. Like, when I'm finalist, I am confident, okay, I can win. But I am not confident that I can deny now. Because I now also still have to make sure that I get these 8 points. Ah, okay, so I cannot go here. So weird. Oh, there are a bunch of... Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, okay, I'm finalist. I had a great start, and then I messed up here in the ending a bit. But if I get everything together, I can win this. GG. Ah, made the comeback. Now I had a bad start because I was so afraid of that sign and I got the airtime, but I had a very good midsection. I even kept the gear, I didn't even know that this was possible. Go Hagen for the second place. That's a good start. Now keep the gear. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Denying clever. So 3 more points for Hagen to get the finalist status. Yeah, I was wondering, Hagen. Naja, you must have scored here also decently, but Clover was pretty good. Like, the chance that Clover takes it is, of course, right there. I cannot really spectate this nicely. That's really the downside of these maps. Also in the Troll Cup of the Day, it was like here it's even worse. In the Troll Cup of the Day you still had the ranking on the left, but here I cannot see anything. Like, I will just have a look at Clover and see if his car is first, and that's everything I can do basically. He got a bit wide. He made the mistake. It's safe, Hagen. Okay. We have a German finalist. GG! Wow. I see that my PB is a 0.64, so... and I think I didn't have a good position with that. Well, many mistakes, but actually Hagen getting the second place. We have a German 1-2. Oops. Clover again has to release a lot. No, won't be enough. Third place, fourth place even. Yupikai taking first. That is also huge because Yupikai needed first to get finalist. And he is finalist. And on that rally map, Clover was really not good. Like, he didn't score anything. But this here reminds me a bit of the BYMC. You are super happy, there comes a rally map, and then you cannot perform at all. Like, I was so unhappy how this map went. In the warm-up, I had the maximum smooth bobsleigh quarterpipe jump. And in the 3 live rounds, it was impossible that this could have worked. Like, there was just nothing I could do in that section. I really want to see how they approach this now. Like, I think in my next run, I would have done no bobsleigh line anymore. I would have just done an ice slide to very inside. Maybe brake before that I'm not too fast. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, look. For him it just works. But he takes the slowdown beforehand. And he goes extremely, like, into the wall in the bobsleigh. Like, I thought it would get a slowdown. It doesn't. Who hunted this map here? The rally one? Then I can try this one. Like Neko, I don't need to try, even though Desert is okay for me, but don't need to try that. Have I got many mistakes? Well, okay, the stadium ones I can also beat, I think. Well, the ice map maybe not, because it's ice. That's not so interesting. So the 2 finalists in first and second, Kevin is however close. I also want to see Kevin. Is he still close to them? Yeah. He had a good part here. Yeah, but look at him. This is exactly my issue. Like, I don't know. This is not nice. So Clover is in second place. But this other guy is again denying. But last turn, slide out. He touches inside. Clover comes closer, but it's not enough. So we have another finalist, and it's actually the guy that just won. And he is keyboard player. He goes early onto the ice. Whoa, he got that really clean. How did it work for him? Oh, he makes the mistake. Clover goes into the lead. Yuppie, the 3 finalists in front. The last ice will decide it, and Clover will make it in. GG. Zorhagen, Cut Search. Directly jumping there. Oh, here's long time no checkpoint as well. If you could directly jump here, but I'm not sure. One idea that I had, I can also maybe get to the right. No. Now, one idea that I had was you land in a bug slide, but then at some point you let your car go backwards out of the bug slide to bounce against the plastic and just go forwards again. Yeah, and here you could, if you have good speed, maybe you just jump to here and drive this the other way around into the finish, but I'm not sure. Or you just jump into the checkpoint respawn, but it's also seems not that good. Yo, this guy here is finalist and in the lead, by the way. He makes it. Okay, also was not a great cup for me a long time, and it was about getting points. But the ending, when it mattered, the finalist mode, that was then good for me. I won every round, multiple in a row. Okay, I let Clover win one round where it didn't matter too much, but the important rounds I got first. Wasn't the perfect finalist round, I had a bad part there as well. But I had also a very strong part. So overall, pretty good ending. Okay, first of all, I check this one out. Can I beat this? Tool. I lost all my good lead. Also this was it already. It's gonna be close. No, I'm getting it. And there was way more possible. So I forgot. Oops. But this map doesn't flow as nice as the Troll Cup of the day, I would say. Oh, 300s. I mean, I will improve and then we see. Oops. Again, it's just important that you... wow. Hagen, are you hunting the ice map down? I'm not sure if that is enough. Full speed? Oh! Yeah. I was releasing in my other PB, so I had it there already. Yeah, you got 0.4. Yeah, this is... There was a lot possible. No, because you asked for it, didn't you? So we do that for you. This one. Transition is not cool. Oops. The ending will be a difficulty for me. Definitely have to check here also shortly for tricks, cuts, whatever. We have AT already? Okay. Pretty similar. Okay, it's so confusing, this part. As nice as it worked in the warm-up, as weird it is now. Also, I have no idea how to do plastic. Ah, no, didn't go over. Ja, how do I do this plastic? I just have to do it late. Okay, here we go. This is the run. Beautiful start. I will have a lot of exit speed. We do some very clean driving over the wood, getting good lead here. A bit earlier onto the ice. Good ice slide, low jump to the left. Now waiting and a one strong steer, counter steer, exit speed. Now evading this ball. Yeah, shit. This is not nice here. This is like, what the heck? And now I'm over jumping like a maniac. Yeah, 113 ahead, 107 ahead. That's exactly what I need. Upsala, that was such a nice start. Close. No! Ah! Oh, dear day. Wait, Haken far in front. The guy was already close during the rounds phase. The other one. How do you go over this edge, Haken? How does that work? Oh, nice. Good. Alright, nice. Yeah, desert I will not try. I mean, doesn't make sense to try.